Hey guys, welcome to my channel. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing very well. Once again, I do have my door open. It's a 75, but I am hot. So, I made me a homemade breakfast pizza for dinner. So, and I'm going to tell you guys how I made it here in a little bit. It is still hot. I cooked everything and then pulled it out of the oven. Let me see. Yeah, I can still hold it. But here's a close-up of it. Look at that. It contains a biscuit for my crust. This is vegetarian sausage links cut up. I have onion, egg, cheese, salt and pepper. Whoa, almost lost it. There you go. Is that not delicious? Because I like to add some salsa, but I didn't want to add it all now because I'm afraid that it would make it soggy, maybe. I don't know. I'm the only one that eats salsa, so stick my fork right in there. I'll add a little salsa over here to this end. And I can always add some more later to it. I love salsa. So if you see me dipping my fork back in there, it's okay because I am the only one that eats it. So let's take a bite and see what it looks like. I don't even know how it turned out. I'm sure it can't turn out bad. I mean, right? I don't even know if I need the knife, but I brought it just in case. So here is a piece. Oh, it looks like a mess. So let's see, it's steaming. Perfecto. Perfect. So, I mean, you could probably use a biscuit or a croissant or anything you want. Here you go. Here's some with the biscuit. Everything on there. Look at that. I'm going to tell you exactly how I made it. Nikki is not happy with her dinner that I have over there. She keeps looking at it and walking right by it. It's dog food, so she's not happy. So this is how I made this. And if for any reason you have any questions, okay, sorry. If you have any questions on how I made this, you can leave a comment down in the comment box. So I definitely love the salsa on it. I just don't want to add too much. I'm worried it'll get all soggy. So, and what I did is I took out some biscuits earlier. I took them out about, I say a couple hours before I was going to use them, so that they could defrost. These were frozen. Obviously, you could buy canned biscuits. Probably be a lot easier too. Not that this was hard, but I pulled out my biscuits, let them sit out for a couple hours, let them defrost. I didn't know how many to use, so I had 4. But I put it in this pan, the biscuit, and I spread it out, patted it down. I pammed it first really good too, so there would not be, hopefully, nothing sticking. This is what the vegetarian link looks like. It looks just like regular sausage, to be honest with you. But you could use whatever you want in here. All vegetables, all meat, whatever you want. But so I did the biscuits. I put them in the oven when I was ready. I let them bake till I thought that they were almost done, but not quite done. And that was really just to feel, because I don't know, because they were defrosted, so I don't know how long to bake them when they're defrosted, but so I when it was almost done. I got out my frying pan. I sauteed my onions. I sauteed my sausage. I put them aside. Put my eggs right in the same pan because it doesn't bother me. I'd say the only thing that I'm missing is some bell pepper. Would have loved to have some bell pepper. I'll let you guys see it now that it's kind of eating away at some. Oh, it's hot underneath. So the salsa is making it red. Ketchup probably would be good too. But so I sauteed that and I put it all aside, and then I got my egg and sauteed it. Pulled this out of the oven and just started putting the stuff in the pan. Did a little sausage and onion, then I did a little bit of egg, and then I put the rest of the sausage and onion on top, and I layered it with some cheese and some salsa now. And now I am enjoying my delicious, delicious homemade breakfast pizza with you guys. Nothing really tastes any better than homemade. You know, can't argue it. Just don't ever find the time to do it. But I've been kind of, I love breakfast stuff for dinner. I don't know why. The strange thing is I rarely eat breakfast stuff for breakfast. I mean, as for like eggs, I mean, I have a piece of toast, or I'm just never have time really for breakfast. So I do it for my dinner. But it makes a nice crust, but you could use a croissant. Or the, you know, whatever you want really. You could probably even use a flatbread, but I'd be afraid that'd get a little too crispy. You'd have to, you know, just do the flatbread. Or when I say flatbread, I mean burrito. But you would have to do it all at one time and bake it so it wouldn't get so hard and crusty for sure. So, and the biscuit is done all the way through. That's the only thing I was worried about, but it is. Neighbors are outside. They have all their winter clothes on. Here I'm hot. Nikki right now is at the door. So I have the TV on. I don't remember the actual name of the station, but it's a classic. I don't know. I was flicking through the thing and something caught my eye about this little boy, so I started watching it. And then when it went over, another show came on, and it looks like it's Little Women to me, but it's a fairly old one. So, you know, it's not a newer version or anything, so I don't know when this was made. But I don't think it's the oldest one that's out, the original oldest one that's out, to be honest with you. So, I'm going to put some on my thing here. I could eat salsa with so many things. I just love salsa. I could just do a burrito with salsa and cheese or something and just eat it like that, to be honest with you. I don't know who played in the original Little Women. It's not really something that I've watched many times. It just happened to come on. Because the other show ended. But it was actually a cute little show. A little boy, he ran away from home. His brother had played a prank on him and upset him, and he ran away from home. their parents were away, or his mother, I don't know about the father, I just saw a mother involved. She went away out of town, and he had till the next day to find his little brother, or else he was going to be in trouble. And the little boy went to Coney Island. And he had taken $6 that his mom had left for food, I believe it was. And it's a funny thing is when I'm watching it, they're showing prices like, I don't remember all the prices now that I said that, but I remember the watermelon said 10 cents for like a huge piece of watermelon, and it was like a half of a ring, but it was huge, bigger than his head. It said 10 cents for that. A pony ride was 25 cents. He rode another ride, it was 9 cents. He was collecting bottles off the beach to get money, and they were Pepsi Cola bottles, and he was getting 5 cents a bottle for that, for the deposit return. Do they still do deposit returns where you guys live? I know here in Florida they do not. I know in some states they do. And here they don't. I guess they figure because, I don't know, because it's a touristy state, but I don't know why they don't, to be honest with you. I was trying to think if I could think of any other prices. Those were just the ones I remember. I love going back, like when you could go back and see what cost, like when you were born, you know, what a new car cost or a house cost. Can you imagine? If that's what it costs now, we'd all be living pretty well. But yeah, I love looking at stuff like that. So it's pretty reasonable. I don't know when that actual film was supposed to take place, but it was a black and white film. So is this one. It goes on now. I don't really recognize the girls, so I'm not sure how old this is. I almost don't think it's the oldest one, because I know there's an older one. I don't remember. I almost think, I don't know. I don't know who played in it, but I remember in the oldest one for sure that you could see the background in the movie and how fake it was, you know. So I know for sure that was pretty old. But trying to think, we had a TV that was black and white when I was young. Then we had a colored TV, and that was like a big thing to have a colored TV. We were probably some of the last few that got it. That's when we were pretty poor. And we didn't have cable, we just had the antenna. And they did, I don't know when they started, I know when I was in high school, some of the people had cable, but we always had antenna. And it was always nice to go to somebody's house and they had cable. I could watch TV, because with the antenna back then, we had like maybe 10 stations to watch. It was terrible. But that's Nikki growling. People walking around. But you hear her. Oh yeah, I bet you hear her now. Neighbor walking down the street with a tote to the other neighbor. He's getting ready to sell, and I think he's getting rid of some stuff, his junk. I would say probably junk. But yeah, so it was always nice to go to people's house that had cable. It was like a big thing. But I remember our first colored TV. It still had the dial, I think. Oh wait, no. The black and white TV had that dial where you just turned it to dial. I do believe the color TV had these teeny tiny square buttons on it where you could do the channel up and down and the volume up and down, and the on off basically was it. So on off, up and down, and it came with a remote control. Now you see these remote controls now, how crazy they are. But this remote control, I remember all it was, I believe, was on and off, a button for on and off, channel change, maybe volume, I don't remember, but I remember it was a big thing to have this remote control back then. And it was just a square thing, you know, click it on, and it might not even had all that to it. It might have just been volume or channel change or something, you know, and that was a big thing. You didn't have to get up and turn that dial or adjust those antennas, because you had the antenna outside, then you had the rabbit ears inside, and you don't have to readjust it and do whatever. I almost think, just like you see on some of the TV programs, that we had aluminum foil on the rabbit ear too. So that was the big thing. It was just too funny. Tell me what you guys remember. I know some of you are too young, don't even remember black and white TVs, but some of you do. And of course, our black and white TV was pretty small. But back then, the TVs came in a huge cabinet usually, or you get a regular TV too, but it was so different than they are now. But I remember one of our TVs, like a big, heavy cabinet thing. And it's so funny, we'd all sit there and watch TV, and it was just nice. You know, things are so different now. They really are so different. Everybody's in a hurry. Nobody has time. You know, I don't know. So let me know in the comment section if you had a black and white TV, and if you remember getting the first color TV. And so, just neat, you know. It was just neat back then. It's so different now. Even the phone, like I said, the phone was rotary dial for a long time. You had to, and it's funny, I saw a video where these people had a rotary dial phone where you had to, you know, and it goes back. And the parents set it down and told the kids to figure out how to use it, and they could not figure out. You had to put your finger in the number and go like that. It was the funniest thing, you know, and there's a video about that. It was just funny. And it was a main thing that we worked with, you know. But when I was growing up, we had party lines too, which I think I told you guys. You could have a private line, or you had to pay a little bit more, where you had a party line where there's like 2 or 3 people on it, and you couldn't use the phone if they were on it. You'd have to wait till they were done, and sometimes people would be on there forever. So, and I almost think where we lived, we did not have a party line. I think we had a private line, but I remember my good friend, her family always had a party line, and we'd go to call home and say we're going to be late or whatever, and the other person would be on the phone, and we'd have to wait. Of course, they'd get mad if you stayed on there and listened to their conversation. We were just kids. You know, and would make all those prank phone calls too. Is your refrigerator running? And they'd say, yeah. And we'd say, you better go get it. It's running down the road. Or something stupid like that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this was actually very delicious. I have enough for breakfast tomorrow if I want. That's the thing, when you make something, you know, you can always reheat it up and have it for breakfast if you don't eat it all. Or, you know, if you have it for lunch, you could have it for dinner later or something like that. So, because I'm mostly eating just with you guys more and less nowadays. So, well, Nikki's always here. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day or wonderful evening, depending on where you are. I just want to let you know I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. I love hearing from you. I really do. So, let me know if you're going to make one of these and how you're going to make it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.